Hello, Steve. Were there ways in which you felt your team ran out of gas tonight?
Yeah, I thought we were tired for sure. I thought both teams were tired, Gareth. Back to back, obviously, and I'm really proud of the guys. I mean, they battled the entire way, and clearly we were tired in the fourth. And give New Orleans credit; they made the plays that they had to win.
You've been basically played like 8 guys the whole road trip. You might get some reinforcements back. How unsustainable would it be to keep going with such a short rotation?
Well, it doesn't matter if it is or not. It's all you can do is play, with the guys who are here. And as I said, I'm really, really proud of the group. I mean, you got guys just putting everything out there on the line night after night, and being so shorthanded, it does put a lot of pressure, on those guys. But it's the way it is. So they've just got to keep going.
Steve, how much of an impact, if at all, did you think that lighting delay had in knocking you guys out of a rhythm?
Oh, I don't think so at all. I don't think it played a role.
How often in your career has that happened, where the lights just go out somewhere?
Maybe a handful of times. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the last one.
When you talk about guys just putting it all on the line, would you specifically identify Draymond there with what he's giving you physically?
Yeah. Draymond is amazing. Just night after night, he's playing at such a high level at both ends of the floor. Leading our team emotionally. He's just been amazing, and he was amazing again tonight.
You guys do have 2 empty roster spots still. I mean, do you think, we're talking about the body count earlier. Do you think through this stretch run you might need an extra body?
We'll see. I'll talk to Bob about that, when we get back, and we'll see if that's an option.
Steph is in such great shape physically, but do you see him get frustrated when he has that human moment of running out of gas?
No, he doesn't show frustration. He just, the beauty of Steph is he just plays, whether he's scorching hot or ice cold, he pretty much just goes and continues to battle and fight his way through everything. But, yeah, I mean, a back-to-back, of this nature, it's going to take something out of him. I mean, you guys know the stats. I mean, he runs something like 5.5 miles every single night. So, if you're at home, try running back-to-back 10Ks and see how you feel. He expends so much energy flying around the floor. And so, back-to-back with a lot on the line, playing 36, 37 minutes, that's a lot. But, again, this is the point in the season where we've got to do what we've got to do. And we just couldn't get it done tonight.
Steve, James Hill with BNC Sports. When you look at Curry and also Wiggins, they provided that 1-2 punch. Can you talk a little bit about what you see when you look at those guys out there?
Just guys who battle, guys who compete and battle. And I've said this about Wiggs many times, but he's there every night for us. Never misses a game. He'll do anything to help his teammates out. He's there to support his guys every single night. So, I'll go to battle with Wiggs anytime. And I don't know what else we need to say about Steph. I mean, he just we've used every superlative possible. He's an amazing player, amazing teammate, amazing person to coach. So I'm blessed to coach both those guys.
Wiggins.
Let's take a look at the scoring leaders for this season as Steph Curry increases his lead at 31.5. Bradley Beal at 30.9 here. Steph Curry with another 30.9 is 17th in the last 19 games. I mean, it is truly incredible what he is doing right now. But once the lights went out, things got a little murky, just like it did for the 49ers at Super Bowl 47, although they got back into the game because they were getting blown out by the Ravens. They eventually lost it. And you see right here, Steph Curry looked like he was about to pull. And that was the best defense all night from the Pelicans.
Did that go in?
No, I don't think so.
Draymond's like this.
It didn't go in. But the worst, he get the ball back. And from that point, Steph Curry finished 1 for 12 in the ball game. He just got cold, but like Steve Kerr said, just ran out of gas. And it was interesting because Kerr pulled him out late in the third quarter with about a minute 43 left. Got back in early in the fourth quarter, but just didn't have that juice to put the Warriors over the top.
Yeah, you could tell he ran out of a little gas at the end, and it's expected when you go out there every single night, like Coach Kerr said, run all around the court and, create offense for yourself and your teammates. So it's definitely understandable, what he was going through, but that was real tricky with them lights going off.
Well, he finishes with 37 points, 9 rebounds. Right. He had a few good looks,
yeah.
and they looked right on target. He just missed a few shots. I mean, that happens. But, on a night where there was only 2 guys in double figures, they could have just used a little more offensive punch from anybody, really.
Right. We talked about Poole and Mulder. They combined to go 6 for 18 and only score 17 for the second straight night. So you needed a little more from those 2 guys right there in the free throws, as you said, Mully. Free throw numbers right there. Pelicans in the 2 games, 43 of 54. Warriors 17 of 21.
Yeah, so you're shooting a lot of threes, which is going to happen because they're doubling Steph. They're leaving people open. But at some point, if you're not knocking them down in crunch time, it would be nice, to stop the clock, get to the free throw line, settle yourself down, and just have a positive reinforcement possession.
8 deep, Darrell. This is kind of like a playoff rotation, but it feels like this team could really use a Pascal right now or somebody, Damian Lee if he gets back, because 8 guys and you're going into the stretch against Utah, Phoenix, OKC, New Orleans, and Memphis. Going to be tough to hold up.
Yeah, another body would definitely be great for these guys, somebody that's going to be able to knock down shots and bring energy as well.
All right, we'll continue to talk about this game. Warriors lose a tough one down in the Big Easy. They'll fly back to the Bay Area.
My name is Angela Ty, and I'm the CEO and creative director here at Oaklandish. I never intended this to be my career. I thought I was going to be in academia, but we started selling at the Grand Lake Farmers Market and just saw the first weekend that we were there how much demand there was for people to have something to represent Oakland. Oaklandish's mission is to create a sense of belonging for people and to communicate the message that when people feel like they belong, they contribute to their communities and help make the best decisions for them. I think that there is a glass ceiling for Asian American women. One of the first things we have to recognize is the diversity of the Asian American experience. At least for myself, there's definitely like a self-effacing element of being female and Asian American. So you never want to boast or put yourself in the limelight. But I think that times are changing and we have a responsibility to respond. I, as an Asian American female, have not been more oppressed or discriminated against than many of the people that are my neighbors or who are Oaklandish customers. Oaklandish has like a special burden because the city's name is part of our company name, and so we shouldn't exist unless we are having a positive impact on the community and giving back and encouraging other people to do that too. Oakland and the East Bay have always been sports cities. A lot of it is just that arc of perseverance and hustle and the underdog. And so there's a natural affinity between the story of sports and sports figures in Oakland and the story of the city itself. We've had so many celebrities wear Oaklandish. None of them we ever paid to do. And I think that speaks to Oakland, right? It's like everyone's just so proud to rep Oakland. The happiness that Oaklandish can bring to people and just, hearing stories of our customers, they might be in a foreign country, they've just moved there, and then they see someone across the street wearing Oaklandish and they go up to them and they become lifelong friends. Like those kinds of stories are real. Being from Oakland means something, and it's something very different from growing up anywhere else.
Angela Tsai making things happen with the Oaklandish store. She blessed us with these cool T-shirts that we'll show off in just a second here. But Oaklandish, a staple right by the Warriors' old practice facility, the Racketeer Performance Center, right there in downtown Oakland, and a really cool store. A lot of good gear there. And they really rep Oakland, California.
Yeah, I love it. You know, me being a SoCal guy, I love to rep my town, my city. So I love, you know, the spirit as well. Stylish T-shirts. I've seen this brand plenty of times. So she's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, congratulations. That's just a beautiful store she has. And all this gear, it's beautiful gear, also brings back great memories.
Yes.
Right? And, you know, all the players, the active play the Warriors, they have a deep appreciation for their time in Oakland. That's where they won all their championships.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Hey, you got to disrespect my city like that, Wally. They started off in San Francisco, Philadelphia. But no, seriously, the Warriors in Oakland, that pride, that runs deep, man. I miss going over there to Oracle Arena, no doubt about that. But all these tees are an exclusive at Oaklandish as they celebrate the 47 seasons the Warriors spent in Oakland, California. So let's get on the runway and show these T-shirts off. Go ahead, Wooly, start us off, baby. We got any music here? Wooly with the thunder.
Oaktown, by
baby.
way of Brooklyn, New York.
There he is. Wooly right there with the Thunder School tee. Showing off the Steph Currys. Look at the Currys. Get the Currys in there.
I think
Match
Steph's
it with the shirt.
tonight, boy.
There you go. Pop that collar there, Wooly. There he is in his B-boy stance.
Yes,
Chris
sir.
Will there walking down the runway with that fresh Thunder School T-shirt. Now we got Darrell Wright with the Vans on. Ooh, look at the Thunder Tree tee with the Thunder colors right there. There you go. To the left. There you go. Walk it. Slow. Pimp it. There it is.
Now San Francisco's own
Bonte Hill wearing
Bonte Sugar Hill.
You know, with the stealth on, the J's on. We walk down the runway. You know, we point a little bit. Oh, yeah, I see you over there.
Yes, sir.
Let me show them the shoes right there.
Oh, yeah, got to show the J's.
There it is. Thank you to Oaklanders for these cool T-shirts, man. Thank you for everything you do for not only Oakland, but for the Bay Area. Really cool gear here, and we really appreciate it. A shout out to our editor, Josephine Lamb, for putting together that package. Great stuff, Josephine. Really appreciate it there. Oaklandish, shout out to them as we look at the stat comparison here from tonight. The rebounds, again, the Warriors were -9 on the boards, but it was the lack of assists. Warriors were a top team in the league when it comes to assists, averaging nearly 28, 29 per game. And the turnovers, 18 turnovers. Let's hear from JTA on tonight's loss. All right, we got some issues here. We'll hear from JTA a little bit later, but we have a little Oaklandish sticker here, so shout out to Oaklandish. The bench, we're going to hear from JTA in just a second. Didn't have that same impact tonight, Darrell. Needed a little energy on a night like this. No Kelly Oubre Jr., no Pascal, no Damian Lee. Kerr doesn't trust Nico right now, doesn't trust Smiley Geach. Just a tough night for the bench, including JTA.
Yeah, tough night. Didn't play too bad. I think guys just settled too much for the 3-ball. When those guys off the bench come in, you see them getting backdoor layups and easy baskets. I don't think they got too many easy baskets. We didn't see them get in transition as much as well. Those 3 guys bring that energy to get out in transition. So tough night for them, but I don't think they played bad.
Yeah, I thought the balance of the offense was a little off. You mentioned the 18 turnovers, just 22 assists. So the ball movement, the motion was not there. And then just the amount of threes. They shot 37%, which is a good percentage. But you look just 7 free throws overall. So not as last night we were talking about, they got the 3-point shot and they had free run to the rims for easy layups. Those layups were taken away tonight. They wound up shooting 53 3-point shots.
All right, JTA is ready to go here. Let's hear from Juan Toscano-Anderson on the loss tonight.
Hey Juan, the last game of this road trip happened to be a back-to-back. Were you guys feeling that in the legs?
I'm sure if we said that we were, it'd sound like an excuse, right? That's what everybody would say. But it's hard. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's been a long road trip, been a long season. It's hard to beat any team back-to-back. And so we knew that going into that. I was a little fatigued. I mean, Zion Williamson is a tough matchup. It's a big load to handle. So I definitely felt that from last night, but we still had a chance to win the game. So with all that being said, we just got beat tonight. You know, they outplayed us in the fourth. They outscored us by 9 points. And I think that was the difference maker there. Here. We total rebound 48. Oh, and they out-rebounded us by 9. So, I mean, and we had 18 turnovers. So they outscored us in the fourth. We had 8 less possessions than them. Had 14 rebounds. So It's like 14 extra possessions we gave them. So, I mean, it's tough to win like that, especially on the road.
What did you think, Juan, about the looks you guys were able to get even in the fourth quarter?
I think we got some open looks. I mean, it's a long game. You know, some teams come out hot in the first quarter, and you don't see too many teams kind of withstand that type of momentum going through a whole game. So it's just tough to put together a great shooting game throughout 48 minutes. You know, basketball's a game of runs, and it is what it is. You know, we got some great looks. Steph got some great looks. I had a great look maybe in the third quarter off offensive rebound that felt really good. But it's just all a part of basketball, you know. So we do our best, and we live with those consequences.
All right, welcome back to Warriors Postgame Live, presented by Toyota. Back-to-back's tough, right? You guys both playing a lot of back-to-backs, and the Warriors definitely felt the effects of having 2 straight games here against a tough team like the Pelicans.
Yeah, and with this baseball-type schedule, it's easy to adapt to what those guys did last night. So it is tough, but like JTA said, they're not going to make any type of excuses. They understand how important the season is right now. So just got to get back to the drawing board and finish it strong at home.
Both teams looked a little fatigued. Pelicans being at home made the plays when they needed to, and they won the fourth quarter by 9 points. That was the game right there.
All right, let's hear from Steph Curry, who also hit 300 threes, went over 300 threes again. The 4th time he's done that. He's all over the leaderboard in the record books. Let's hear from Curry on the tough loss to the Pels.
With an 8-man rotation for a while, and on one hand, it can really, like, small ball really lets you guys click. On the other hand, that's pretty physically taxing. How are you feeling about the situation of playing with 8?
It is what it is. It's what we have available, and you know, you can kind of nitpick or circle certain stretches of games where it seems like we're tired, or games where small ball does play to our advantage. Look at our full body of work. It's you know, again, it is what it is, and we have to find ways to win. So tonight was a tough one. You know, they made plays. I got cold in the second or third and fourth quarter. Got some pretty good looks, and that kind of make or miss situation just went in their favor tonight. So, you know, it would have been nice to finish off the road trip with a win, but we got to rejuvenate and overcome that short rotation for Thursday, because it's going to be the same thing.
Was this a game where you guys were tired?
I wasn't. I mean, it's a back-to-back, so you got to keep that in mind, too. Like, everybody, same guys on the other side played the same minutes, you know, last night, and that can't be an excuse at all.
You like where you guys are right now, 6 games left, and all at home, and, you know, you've been around long enough to kind of have a sense of where a team is. Do you think you guys are in a good spot?
Yeah, we're in a good spot considering, you know, how the road trip started. So, you know, we've had 2 good nights. Tonight was a pretty solid night. We just, you know, lost at the end. You know, I keep our spirits high. 6 games at home to finish the season is nice. That is kind of a trap, though, where you can let your foot off the gas pedal because you're comfortable being at home, we're seeing our families. You're in familiar, you know, territory. You got to stay locked in mentally on the task at hand to finish out the season strong. So, I enjoy being back in the Bay and, you know, sleeping in our own beds. But, you know, 6 games at home, it's not just because we're at Chase and because we now have fans back that we can just show up and win. We've talked about that before, too. So, got to stay locked in mentally, take advantage of the schedule, and finish the season strong.
You mentioned the short rotation. You guys do have a couple empty roster spots. Would you like to see, you know, some added reinforcements potentially?
If it makes sense and it can help us, absolutely.
On that clear path foul that Draymond got, he found a way to stop Zion. It ended up with Zion trucking him. How do you feel about what Draymond is giving you guys physically right now?
His spirit is phenomenal right now. He's competitive. He's got a fire about him. I think he's enjoying the shape that he's in and how much work has gone into his body from the beginning of the season with missing part of training camp and all that. So it's been a slow build, or as IT would say, a slow grind to get to where he's at right now. And I know he's enjoying just the way he's feeling and his impact on the game, and we feed off of that. So, especially with a shorthanded roster and undersized, he's playing way beyond his frame. We appreciate that.
Steph, I'm just curious if that's the first time in your career a team has knocked the lights out to try and slow you down a little bit.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one before. They tried to get me saying I shot it before the lights went out, but yeah. It's a weird situation because we were flowing a little bit, and I guess kind of after that, it's kind of a rough offensive situation, but tough game all the way around.
And how much of an impact do you think?
All right, that was Steph Curry. He'll head home. He continues to light it up the Western Conference.